Alright, what you're looking at is my car parked next to my house. And I've got a night vision security camera on it. And the car is cold and off. And the reflection on the back of the car from the lenses and the license plate is from the infrared. Other than that, I was looking through my tape and my tape. I was looking back over my video and happened to notice something that you should be aware of. And I will explain it as it goes along. And I have to click. There we go. As you'll see some bugs flying by and all that. This is October 25th, Wednesday, about 9:30. Well, it actually starts at 9:21. And you'll see bugs flying by and this and that. And at first I thought that's what I had. But then if you look over right above the reflection on the trunk of my car, an orb, a transparent ghost-like orb shows up. And I was very puzzled about this. So I just kept kind of watching and waiting to see what would happen and trying to figure it out, because I figured if it was a bug, how come the thing, it kept hovering and everything and floating around my car and by that shed that's right behind, in front of the car, and I could not figure it out. It looked like a transparent sphere. And it really puzzled me. So I had to watch through this whole thing for about 10-15 minutes before I finally figured it out. But I figured you should see it so that it would explain some things for you that others, if you take a piece of this clip out and just use that and not the full beginning and end of the clip, well, then you don't get the true story. People could show you something that's fake because of a simple solution that proved itself out as I went along. I'm letting this play a bit because you can see the streaks of the bugs flying by and how their shapes can be, you can't make them out. It's just like white dots zipping by, all sorts of things. I'm going to move this over just a hair to get that play out of there. As you can see the bugs. And I would get a closer, I haven't figured out how to use a video editor system. I'm too old and set in my ways to get it all together right now. And the idea is that I have to talk directly onto it as I go until I figure out the video system on how to just take the videotape, put it in my computer, and put the video in my computer, and then add to it later. I haven't figured out that dadgum video editor yet. So, as you can see, we're in at 3 minutes now. I'm going to try to speed it up here because I'm going to go to about 9:21. There we go. There's that orb showing up, see? It came floating right up above the car. And I said, what the hell is that? And I thought, bug. But it remains the same shape. It doesn't go forward. It moves around. And I thought, oh man, don't tell me my car is haunted. But I noticed too, on the upper right, you might see well, you can't see it now, but eventually I'll show it to you. But it looked like this thing was moving around, examining stuff around the car. And it never really sat down or landed somewhere. It just kept moving around. See, there it is. There's a little orb there on the right, and it sort of matches in parallel what the other one was doing, which is a good hint as to what it really is. But I kept watching this thing and was just amazed how you can be fooled by something and not know what it really is. So I'm going to jump here, as you can see, just to give you an idea. Right about here. See there, you see that thing? Just look at that sucker. It looks like it's inspecting the furniture back there and some weightlifting stuff that's back there in that shed. And I kept thinking, is this a pin light behind me? And said, no, there's nobody out there. There's nothing reflecting from the car itself, because the thing keeps shifting and I'm not moving. I mean, the camera's not moving. It's fixed to the roof. It's not going anywhere. There's no wind because of the fact that right over here there's some bushes with palm-sized leaves on them, right there, and they're not moving at all. It's just the bugs moving around, and there's that orb. Just see, it just sort of sits there and hovers. And it makes you wonder, it made me wonder, I said, well, if it's something on the lens, how can it be moving around? If it was a bug, it would be bigger and more blurry, and I would see wings or feet or something. It just really had me puzzled. It looks really wonderful. See that? You see the bug fly by? Oh, look, there's a flying orb. See? As you can see, the bugs come and go, but this one just stays the same. It stays in the same area. It's just hovering around like it's looking around. Notice how things get brighter behind it. And I thought, what the heck is going on? Is this thing giving up? See that? It's over there along some metal stuff. There's an old ladder back there and some old metal weightlifting equipment out there. And as it went on, I'm 6 minutes into this. I'll just speed it up here a little bit and show you that I was so puzzled. I went out there with my flashlight to look around, and you'll see my flashlight here. Well, I went too fast. Go back just 21. And speed it up here a little bit. So I stepped outside with my flashlight too to look around. There's my flashlight, see? And I'm looking around, and you still see the orbs there. The light doesn't bother it. I didn't see an orb out there. I didn't have any idea what was going on. So I went back, the next night and checked and tried to figure this out. But then it all made sense once I kind of went over the rest of it, which puts us right about, that's close. Come on, show yourself. See, now look. Now it looks like there's two and one above it on the right. So now if you haven't figured it out, I'll explain it. There's a very fine spider web there, ultra fine, and those are little tiny micro dots of moisture resting on it. As more collect, that's why it made it look like two. And the one on the upper right at the very top in center, you can see there's a little one there, which was the initial orb. I saw that, and then the big white one there. And the infrared's just reflecting through the water droplet and making the fake image. So as you see, it's nothing but a spider web hanging off the roof across my camera lens, not on it itself, it's in front of it, so it's moving up and down, floating around just very lightly in the breeze because it's a spider web. And that's why it looks like it's hovering in one particular spot and moving around my car when it's not. It's between me and the car, and it's making it look like it's going to left and right in front and all over the place. And that's all it is. So remember, before you judge some of these things when they say, oh look, I've got orbs or this and that, just remember, if they're using night vision or infrared, you better look around for spider webs first before you do anything else. Or fine filaments of wire or thread that they've got strung, and they know how to put a dot of water on it and then film it and make it fake. But then again, there are some orbs that there are no spider webs there and you can't explain what they are. So I'll tell you one thing, just stay away from cemeteries. All right, this is Strange Biped. I'm out.